Hello YouTube, it's the D.B.T show. Chrono Trigger review, episode 171, part 3. If you haven't watched part 1 or 2, go back and watch them. Excuse me. Now, let's pick it left off. I've talked about a lot of stuff in this review, so this review might be longer than I have expected. But anyway, let's keep going. The next thing I want to talk about is towns in general. Throughout the game, there are several towns. And in the towns, there are several shops that you can buy equipment for your party members. Standard stuff, just like in pretty much every RPG made by Squaresoft. Now that I've finished talking about that, I am going to talk about time travel for a little bit. Throughout the game, there are 2 or 3 different ways to travel through time. Way number 1 is accessing big blue portals, which will only appear at the beginning of a chapter and at the end of chapters, and sometimes when you activate a certain event. Next is the time gates. Time gates you can only use at the end of time, which there are 9 of them in all, and it can get quite confusing when you're trying to figure out where you want to go next in the story and which time gate to go in. And the final way of time travelling is the good old pouch, which lets you get to any time area in the game, which is probably the best way. And the next thing I want to talk about YouTube is battling. I've entered the forest area so I can show off some battles. So hopefully the game will cooperate and show me some enemies. Here we go. One thing I really like about this game is the instantaneous battle system. As soon as you walk into an area, you see an enemy, you can instantly start killing it. So the battle transmission to gameplay is very, very smooth. Anyway, let's get killing. My characters are level 50s plus, so they will kill these things in pretty much one hit. Talk about overkill. That's what your standard battles look like, but I'm going to go find a new enemy now. I'm going to try and show off some special moves for even more overkill. Alright, here we are. Some more victims to wail on. Okay, let's do some techniques. Cyclone. Step, slash. Go on. And rapid fist. I'll just show off one more battle. And this time I'll try and use some magic techniques. Just to show off what some more of the attacks look like. Here we go. This little birdie warns the enemies. And the fight is on. And depending on which character you have, each character has a different element. Chrono has lightning, Frog has water, and the robot doesn't really have any elements, but he's still pretty strong. Here's one of my favourite moves, Robot Tackle. But this is also the water attack. That can only be used by Frog. Right, the next battle I'm going to show off triple techniques and double techniques. This is probably the final battle I show off because I'm running out of enemies. Right, combo. I'm going to use the X strike on that one. Which is one of the most powerful moves in the game. It's also one of my favourite techniques you get quite early on. That there was a counter attack because Chrono is equipped with counter equips. And that's all the battles I'm going to show in the review, YouTube. So that gives you a rough idea of how good the battles are in this game. You can also level up your abilities in this game. Obviously, the first way you level up your abilities is by doing battles and grinding experience points, just like in every other RPG. There's also one more way which you can level up. Throughout the game, if you find these little shiny things on the screen, you press A on them, you can sometimes get capsules, and these capsules will raise one of your attributes. You know, like a strength capsule, a magic capsule, and these can be pretty useful as well. But there aren't that many in the game, so grab them while you can and use them carefully. That's my advice on those things. Let's go to the pause menu, because I want to talk about quite a lot of stuff there. Equipment. Well, the equipment in this game is quite amazing. I've unlocked most of the best equips for the characters. The rainbow is Chrono's best weapon. It's a very good weapon. It takes quite a while to get. It has a 70% critical hit rate, so most of the time enemies get extra pain. And one of my favourite weapons is the Wonder Shot. The Wonder Shot is Lucia's best weapon, and it is quite difficult to get. Throughout the game, there are loads of side quests, and if you do the side quests, the game rewards you quite well. And I really liked how the game rewards you for doing these side quests, because some of the side quests were really difficult. You can also view your vicinity data without running the extra menu. That's a nice feature, I suppose. When you first get the game, there are quite a lot of settings to go through, but the game even lets you customize the colours of the menus and stuff like that. And you can even turn the movies on or off if you don't want to watch them anymore, but I don't see why you want to turn them off. They're awesome. You can only have 3 party members in your party at a time. But 3 is definitely enough. Right, you two, almost done. One thing I really liked about the game, I have already mentioned this several times, is the replay value. This game has loads of replay value. And one of the main ways this game promotes replay value is the extras menu. The game itself has more than 12 endings, and it's really good that you can go back into the game and try new things out and complete the game in a completely different way. Because recently, I beat the game whilst Chrono was dead. And boy, was it hard. Lavlos is hard enough to beat with Chrono on your team, but when he's dead, Lavlos gets absolutely pissed, and Chrono... And you kind of miss having Chrono in your party, and he's really difficult to beat without him. There are status effects in the game, and some of them can be a little bit weird, but once you figure out how to heal them all, they shouldn't cause you too much of a problem. Anyway, YouTube, that's pretty much all the good stuff I want to talk about. Anyway, let's go to my complaints. Okay, now my complaints about Chrono Trigger for the PlayStation 1, Super Nintendo and Nintendo DS. It is very difficult to complain about a game that is so awesome and has stood the test of time so well. The complaints I have are pretty much based on opinion and myself. The first complaint I have is this one. Throughout the game, there are about 9 different time zones, and a lot of the times I got lost because I couldn't figure out which time zone I had to go to next in order to progress. So the game's plot, even though it's awesome, sometimes it confused me a lot, which was... I'm not going to say it was annoying, but it was irritating to say the least. Although, sometimes when I got lost, I managed to find side quests which helped me later in the game. So sometimes getting lost was a good thing, I suppose. Although getting lost is still annoying. But other than that, I don't have any more complaints about Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is one of the best RPGs I have ever played, and it's just a really awesome game. If you like RPGs, if you like good storylines, awesome music, great battle system, really good gameplay, tons and tons of extras, and lots of stuff out there for you, and lots of stuff for completionists, you will love Chrono Trigger. It's definitely one of the best RPGs I've ever played, and it's definitely well worth buying and definitely well worth playing. Do yourself a favour and buy this game. You will not be disappointed. It definitely deserves all the good ratings it's got these past 15 years. I mean, most game magazines to this day still give this game a perfect score of 10 out of 10. Now, on to the subject of my score for this game. Even though Chrono Trigger is a very good game and most reviewers give it a perfect score of 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, whatever you want to give it, because I got lost quite a lot, I'm going to give this game a slightly lower score, but it is still a very good score. I give this game a 4.5 out of 5. So this is a very good RPG, and it's definitely well worth buying and definitely well worth playing. You will not regret it when you buy and play this thing. My next review, YouTube, will be a newer game that I've been wanting to review for a very long time, but I just haven't had time to get round to it because I've been playing it so much. My next review will be Metroid Other M. A little announcement here, YouTube. The Metroid Other M review will be delayed for 3 reasons. One, it's now Christmas time, and at the moment I'm spending time with my family and doing family Christmas stuff. 2, I have work. And 3, I'm still recording the footage for the Metroid Other M review. So, please be patient. The review will be up when it's done. But until then, happy holidays, and everybody have a good Christmas. Bye!